Well, good morning, USA. This is Mr. Nick B., your host. Welcome, D-Rob C. Beagle, and Daniel Boone, my top 3 subscribers, and to all the rest of my subscribers as well. We are. I'm at a hotel somewhere in northern Michigan. It happens to be a Wyndham Rewards member. They have to be Wyndham's Reward member participant. They're in the program. So good morning to all my subscribers. This program is not being broadcast live this morning. We're being broadcast. It's pre-recorded. You should see it later today. My apologies for those of you that probably appreciate the live program. As soon as I can get set up to where I can do live more often, I'll do a considerable amount of each one. I just got a handy dandy new phone. Blessings of the Lord, I'll call it that. So, okay, so let's see. Shall we go to the Conservative Tribune today? So let's see what we got. Conservative Tribune. Right here. Give me a moment here, and well, here's one about Britain. So at any rate, this is from the following is from the Conservative Tribune, the Western Journal, and the writers and staff, editors and staff. This is by Ben Marquis, November 15th, 2018 at 6:37 p.m. Much has already been said about the United Kingdom strict gun control laws, as well as a recent crackdown on knife possession has left British citizens virtually defenseless against rising crime rates from rampant criminals that police seem to do little about. But in light of the failure of the government or local police to adequately address rising violent crime rates, some citizens in the city of Birmingham have banded together as a sort of ad hoc vigilante group to monitor and report crimes in their area and help defend the defenseless if necessary. The UK Mirror reported that roughly 400 Birmingham residents have joined forces in a group known as We Stand Determined, which was initially organized about 3 weeks ago via Facebook. The decision to create the group was made after a petition requesting additional police officers in the area was denied. Well, the British government should be ashamed of themselves for allowing this sort of garbage in their streets. Dang thugs, any thugs anywhere, the United States, the United Kingdom, anywhere. If you're just a thug, if you're just beating up and abusing people, you need to go, you need to get locked up. So, this is why the Second Amendment is so extremely important. My friends, we've got to stay on top of things. As a conservative, I'm not necessarily a Republican, and I don't stand behind Republicans per se. I do stand behind President Trump. Keep that in mind. I do stand behind President Trump, Steve Scalise, and Lindsey Graham's looking a lot better than he was. I'm still, because he's part of the old guard, so I'm still leery, liffy about him. But at least it seems like he's trying harder to do the right thing, not only for his party, but for the people who elected him, and wherever he's from. Yep. But in the light of the failure of the government, of our local police, excuse my clock, it keeps doing that. Okay, so the UK Mirror reported that roughly 400 Birmingham residents have joined forces in a group known as We Stand Determined, which was initially organized about 3 weeks ago via Facebook. The decision to create the group was made after a petition requesting additional police officers in their area was denied. Again, I'm sorry I read that twice. 3 individuals, identified only as Michael, Tracy, and Wayne, organized the group after one of their friends was violently attacked inside his home by hammer-wielding burglars, as well as other similarly violent attacks in their community. The group, which is unnamed, unarmed, non-violent, and seeks a partnership with the local police, reportedly conducts patrols around the city twice per week and reports any crimes they discover to the police. Wayne, a 47-year-old college lecturer in the Solihull area, explained the way our group started and the reaction we've had has shown us how much local communities need groups like us to fill in the gaps the authorities simply don't have the funding for. That said, they don't have the funding to protect their citizens. That's absurd. There has been a recent spate of crimes in Birmingham recently, and Solihull has fallen victim to an increase of just under 1,500 more cases so far this year. People needed someone to turn to, someone who will listen and visit them in their home if a constituent is fearful for their own safety, he continued. Excuse me just one moment. Well, I'm going to turn that down. See? Okay, I apologize. The phone is being weird with me. It's a new phone, so it's only being weird because it's doing the right thing, I guess. Oh. Excuse me, my friends. Okay, we're vigilantes, but we're vigilantes with a twist, working within the law and not against it. Wayne added, our group is a central place for the local community to come together to log crimes, comment, and help stop crimes in the area. The mayor noted that the city of Birmingham has recently been plagued by a sharp uptick in beatings, stabbings, shootings, and murders, as well as burglary, and vandalism, among other crimes. The outlet also noted that the We Stand Determined group doesn't especially blame the local police for their lack of presence on the crime-infested streets, as they acknowledge I just ate breakfast and my stomach isn't working with it too good. Okay. They acknowledge the department only has so much in funding to work with. We stand determined, hence they're stepping up to fill in the gap with plans to organize additional groups in the other cities. A buddy system to help escort elderly people and self-defense classes for those who would like to know how to defend themselves from violent crimes. Tracy, a 48-year-old organizer of the group, said, we stress to our members that if they see something, they should notify the police first. We would like to join up with the police, but we want to be able to make our own decisions on where the help is really needed and not where the police tell us to be. Wayne agreed and added, we hope together funding to support our future objectives. At the moment, we are totally self-funded. I just want to make a big difference in the area and help anyone, anywhere who needs it. Crime here is getting out of hand. Huh. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, guys. I'm so tired. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Anyone, anywhere who needs it. Crime here is getting out of hand. We are so proud of our community for standing up for what we believe is an ongoing issue that's yet to have a solution. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the local West Midlands police have declined to endorse or support the group, though they are aware of their existence and suggested that concerned citizens should consider joining up with the already established and police-approved Street Watch program instead. I think people are fine to go out and start their own groups as long as they're not being violent themselves. Now, violence and guns, a little difference. You can be violent without a gun, and you can be violent with a gun. So I mean, but there's different types of violence. Now, I'm gonna make a statement that's been well established and very old. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Gun doesn't just get up and fire itself. YouTube and everybody, you know this? You know this? Weapons don't just get up and fire themselves. Somebody's got to handle them and fire them. Okay, so the reasoning behind the UK's strict laws against possession of firearms and knives and other weapons that can be used defensively was purportedly to help keep communities safe from violent crime. Again, that's fake bullshit. Just plain fake news. You can't keep people safe by taking away their right to bear arms. I don't care what rule of law you're under. But the United States is pretty strict in that in the Constitution. And yes, I agree with some that say that we're not really under any Constitution anymore, because politicians have decided they're the law and nothing matters but them. That is one thing I believe President Donald Trump is trying to change. Can't do it with this one man. No, I mean, he can sign all kinds of executive orders, but those can be turned around with the next administration. So, it is very important, if you voted for President Trump, you need to get back out in 2020 and vote for him, for the 2020 election, which is more than likely in, 2019, just slightly before. So make sure to get out and vote every election, but, especially for Donald Trump, for president. We keep everybody out of there. All the Democrats, all the socialists, we gotta get Bernie Sanders out of office. He's losing it. Now he wants all Walmart employees to start making $15 an hour. So what he's gonna do at Walmart is essentially what they essentially did to Kmart, Sears, Yonkers, Toys R Us. You gotta pay more money, gotta pay more money, gotta pay more money. I mean, they've went after every company so far, as far as I'm concerned, and they attempt to do this by legislation. And I agree with, I believe it's Stuart Varney, Fox News, where he says, politicians must not, or should not legislate wages from the House. And he's absolutely correct. He was saying that the politicians need to stay out of, they don't have any business in the wage, in controlling wages. And a better economy, a better performing economy will actually increase wages. essentially, what it did for me is it increased the ability for me to work. I had my last couple few employers had more hours available. So that was unique. And working my Lincoln, my hometown, it just seems to keep going that way. Even though we're getting so progressively, stupidly liberal, I'm not. It's not me. It's we have Michael Moore in our hometown trying to stir things up. Little bastard, I wish we'd just go back to Hollywood. Stay there. Can someone, if you live in Michigan, get a petition rolling. We need to get Michael Moore out of my city. Out of Michigan, in fact. He doesn't belong in Michigan. He is so screwed up. He's such a screwed up liberal. I think he's worse than the worst of the worst. And, I mean, that's Maxine Waterpants, Nancy Pelosi. But look at Nancy Pelosi. She's trying to change her tune a little bit already. So anyway, the rest of this article. Those laws have been an abject failure, though as criminals are still capable of obtaining deadly firearms. Yeah, criminals are, but not you or I, the law-abiding citizen. Okay, so criminals are still obtaining deadly firearms and other weapons in spite of the strict laws, while law-abiding people have been left defenseless against the still armed criminals. So, do not, again I repeat, do not let any bastard in government take your right to defend yourself away. Okay? They're just being bastards if they're trying to take guns away from people who are actually law-abiding and using them correctly, or attempting to use them correctly. Add in the fact that overextended and understaffed police forces are simply incapable of being all places at all times to prevent or stop crimes in progress, and it was obvious that something needed to be done to make up for the government's failures at keeping the citizens safe from criminals. This group is a potential solution to that failure. Though allowing law-abiding citizens to arm themselves for the purpose of self-defense would be a far better solution. So, anyway, so that was that one. And please hit Conservative Tribune, Western Journal up, all their writers and staff. That one was by Ben Markey. Make sure you give them, your thumbs up and that. Give them a little love. They work very hard at what they do as well. Well, here we go. Federal judge delays ruling on, this is from the Western Journal of Politics. Federal judge delays ruling on Augusta's White House press pass. This is by the Western Journal, November 15, 2018, at 11:31 a.m. A federal judge has delayed until Friday a ruling on whether the Trump administration has to return White House press credentials of CNN reporter Jim Acosta. That poor freaking baby. Oh my God. I lost my press pass. I can't handle it. You guys probably know that reaction. Anyways, that is so stupid. That judge better rule in President Trump's favor. Or we better impeach him. Let's impeach him. If that judge doesn't rule in President Trump's favor, we're going to impeach him. We'll impeach him. How's that for a little tease for Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waterpants? And, while we're at it, who's the other guy? Don't even know who he is. That one, communist, socialist communist. Oh, Sanders. U.S. District Court Judge Timothy Kelly didn't offer any explanation for delaying a ruling that has been expected Thursday afternoon. He set a court date for 10 a.m. Friday. Kelly, who was appointed by President Donald Trump, heard arguments Wednesday from lawyers representing CNN and the Justice Department. CNN, you can go suck yourself. Go crawl in your hole. All right, all my subscribers, any viewers of mine, please get a petition rolling. To stop the frivolous lawsuit of CNN. It is frivolous. President Trump had every right to pull his, to sit him down. And he didn't remove him from the press briefing, you understand that. He just made him sit down and shut up. Now, the Secret Service agent did. But we need to shut this investigation, this lawsuit down. So, put on all the pressure on CNN you can and their executives. They need to shut this stupid lawsuit down. President Trump did nothing wrong. The intern aide did nothing wrong. The Secret Service agent did nothing wrong. They were within their rights. Jim Acosta is a whiny-ass baby. And all he does, he was in the back of the room and shouting, and several people were telling him to be quiet and or shut up. So he's speaking out of turn, he's not waiting, he's not a big boy. He's acting like a little 2-year-old. So everybody hit CNN up and don't give him any love, but let them know where you stand. Well, you know what I mean. Do try to be calm about it, but influence them the best you can. Influence their executives the best you can to get this lawsuit stopped now. The news network is seeking an immediate restraining order that would force the White House to hand back Acosta's credentials, which grants reporters as needed access to the 18-acre complex. Acosta has clashed repeatedly with Trump and Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders in briefings over the last 2 years. The White House revoked the pass following a combative press conference last week, a day after Republicans lost control of the House in midterm elections. During the hearing, the Justice Department defended the White House's decision to strip Acosta of his press pass. The department argued that Acosta is guilty of inappropriate grandstanding. Yes, he is. Indeed, there's no argument about it. Jim Acosta is grandstanding. He's trying to make himself look like the frickin' president. He needs to stop and grow up. Change his diapers while he's at it. The White House took the action after a heated confrontation between Acosta and President Donald Trump during a news conference last week. In court hearings Wednesday, Justice Department lawyer and James Burnham argued that Acosta deserved to lose his access over his refusal to comply with the general standard of a press conference. Bingo! You notice how he never waits his turn, and he always wants the center of attention, and he's right there in Trump's face. Would you guys like that? I mean, you don't like me going like that with my face. I mean, that makes me look pretty, ugly. I'm actually a little bit nicer guy than that. But it's I call BS and nonsense on the whole silly thing. CNN revoke Acosta's whatever. CNN, stop the frivolous lawsuit. It is bullshit. So Burnham said that the White House is essentially Trump's home and office, and that the president has some right to decide who can and can't be there. Yes, indeed. They weren't this way with former fake President Butthead. There's no First Amendment right to access the White House grounds, Burnham said. Burnham also pointed out that CNN has dozens of other staffers with White House credentials, so excluding Acosta would not harm the network's coverage. CNN is seeking a restraining order that would force the White House to return Acosta's press credentials. Alright, so everybody hit CNN up, and they're full of shit. Let's make them the Real Clown News Network. Maybe we, the citizens, ought to work at shutting them down. We'll just make sure that, we'll just make sure that any coverage they get really seems and appears fake from here on out. Blast away. If you like these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, share the videos, and don't forget to comment in the comment section below. If you so desire, you can hit me up with any donation of any amount, small or large, up to possibly $50, small as $1, up to possibly $50. I wouldn't recommend any more than that because it's a hard time of year. My cash tag for Square or Cash App is $GMU guy, GMUGUY, and it's all caps. So $GMU guy, and just go to Cash App and hit $, all caps, GMU guy. So anyway, so CNN's doing this lawsuit. What doofuses. The network's lawyer there, Theodore Boutros, Alligator Toes, said Acosta is being singled out for his body of work, not his alleged rudeness. No, he's being singled out for his alleged rudeness, and it's not alleged, it's witnessed. Several other reporters were in that room telling him to shut up. So Acosta, go in your room and cry and change your diapers. The White House has made very clear that they don't like the content of the reporting by CNN and Jim Acosta, Boutros said. Rudeness really is a code word for I don't like your being an aggressive reporter. No. Boutros Alligator Toes is full of shit. Here we go. It's not code. Acosta is one rude MF and SOB. And he needs to be, actually he should be in prison. The way he treats people, he should be in prison. Okay, so Trump, in an interview published Wednesday, told the Daily Caller that guys like Acosta were bad for the country. He's just an average guy who's a grandstander who's got the guts to stand up and shout. A number of news organizations, including the Associated Press, have announced their intention to file amicus briefs with the court in support of CNN. Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, anyway, so what we need to do is, as conservatives, as people who are, we're conservatives and we're on the Trump train, you must get out and do your part, and we've got to put a stop to the bullshit nonsense of CNN as the citizens. Let's not leave this all up to President Trump. He needs our support and our help at this time. So we, the citizens, will stand up, we'll rise up, and we're going to get all this bullshit carried out of this country. No more bullshit, CNN. No more. We're done. Anyway, my friends, this is Mr. McBee with Good Morning USA, your host, your friendly host for Good Morning USA. Please, if you do like these videos, do hit the like button, subscribe, share them. as well as leave me any comments you wish to say. Please keep it real, no abusiveness, no, you know what I mean. Any of my subscribers, D-Rob and C-Beagle, and possibly Dan Boone, I'm gonna make you guys, I'd like you to kind of be second set of eyes, second, third, and fourth set of eyes for me. In the comment section, you know, let me know if you see some shenanigans going on in the comment section. You are my top 3 subscribers, and you're kind of, you poke your head in every so often, a little bit more often than others are able to, so you'll be able to figure out what's going on a little bit quicker. At any rate, so this is Mr. Nick, and by golly, we did 30 minutes. So this program will go up today. It'll be a little bit later, come out a little bit later, but it will go up today because I'm late. And I want to get it out so that you have something to do today. Not that you don't have something to do. I love you guys. God bless you, and have a great day. Please don't forget to keep your faith, stay strong, and stay on that freaking Trump train. You know, not just the Trump train, but in a sense, you know, in essence, we must stay on course as conservatives, and or even liberals who have changed course and just got so tired of the bullshit against Trump. Maybe it turned their, turn a new leaf over. So we've got to see this thing through with President Trump. So get out there, do what you can. If you need to help Donald Trump, President Trump campaign, do whatever. So at Real Donald Trump, I hope you're watching. I'm small potatoes compared to Gary Franchi and some of them, but this is always fun. It's always a fun thing to do. So I wish you all well, and my subscribers have a great day, and God bless you all. This is Mr. Nick B for Good Morning USA. Don't forget to hit me up and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to donate, $sign GMU guy. Thank you very much. God bless.